All right.
Come on, man.
All right. Well, so we are back with another episode of the Coastal Wave
Podcast. This is Pat Zarcone here with one of my best friends, Nigel Horonzy, and the famous Bobby Gale of Myrtle Beach.
Our special guest coming to you from the second floor of the Berkshire Hathaway building in beautiful Myrtle Beach.
And it is beautiful out there. Last couple of days have been awesome, right? Not too hot.
A little bit better weather.
All right. Well, yeah. Bobby, thank you so much for coming on here with us, man.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Yes. And for those of you that don't know, Bobby is a local TV star.
He sure is.
And he's got the best radio jingle out there.
Well, I can do it.
And listen, we tried to find it online yesterday because we wanted to be able to hit the button and have it come out.
Do we have it?
And we couldn't find it.
Oh, come on.
We couldn't find it.
Man,
and I didn't want to call them up and set them, get them thinking, too hard about it.
They didn't even tell me
when
that.
When I wrote that, you'd have probably needed an 8-track player. So that is about as old as we have in the market.
So for you that don't know Bobby Gale, he is the owner of the Myrtle Beach Chrysler Jeep dealership in Myrtle Beach, and also the Kia
Myrtle Beach Kia.
Myrtle
Yes.
Beach Kia.
Yep,
absolutely. How did you get in the car business, Bobby?
Oh, well, I needed a job.
I know what that's like. There you go. That's
a start. That's a start.
Yeah, well, back in probably around 1988, 89, was going through college for the second time, was married, had my wife came up pregnant again. So,
How'd that happen?
Oh, I don't. Well, this is a family thing here, Pat. I mean, come on. And I started as a car salesman. And I worked for a great guy in Charlotte, Dick Keffer, and he was a great benefactor and teacher and helped me along the way. And I got an opportunity to come to Myrtle Beach, and that was in 1996. And man, Myrtle Beach has changed since then.
Oh yeah.
But we are all benefiting, and what a great place to live. And I've raised my family here. I've got 3 kids, and my kids are now, my children are now involved in the business. My daughter's my partner at the Kia store, and Jasmine Bazinet. And my son Robbie is part of both of the stores, and he's a partner at Myrtle Beach Kia. And my youngest one wants nothing to do with the car business.
Nothing to do with it?
Nothing to do, but he's a veterinarian here locally. So
we got a special guest wanting to say hi.
A special guest stopping in, Marvin Hyde in the house.
Bobby Gale, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you, Marvin.
Another living legend.
You ain't kidding. I feel
how did we get so special here?
Here.
We got 2 living legends in the same place at the same time.
That's kind of,
The story, Bobby used to be a pretty good basketball player.
That's what I've heard.
Oh man. Okay.
Well,
we'll have to hear more about that.
He said used to.
good to see you.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of Marvin. He's got the best hair.
He does. He does.
All of us in the room, he's doing better than him.
Yeah. He's got you beat, Chris.
He does. Chris has got that classic haircut.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm real proud of my businesses. My children are involved. The community's been great to me, and kind of live a quiet life. And so Myrtle Beach has certainly changed, though.
I know, it's unbelievable going back. And what year was that again that you came?
That was 1996.
96. Wow.
That was 3 years later.
And were you?
Yeah, my first stop at a car dealership too is at Bobby Gale's in Myrtle Beach.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. And I had a Dodge Dakota that I took on the beach the night before. It had like 12,000 miles on it. It was a little 6-cylinder Dodge Dakota, and we must have we buried it in the sand.
Oh.
I mean, the tide was coming in. Well, we got it out, and the next day we got in the truck, went to Little River to look for work, and it didn't make it all the way to Little River, man.
Well, Jeeps have certainly changed, though, because when I bought the store in 1996, the Wranglers had zipper windows. They were all 2 doors, crank, there was no crank. They were zipper windows, no air conditioning. Most of them were manual.
Really?
Yeah.
And now you get in them, they're just great everyday riders. Yeah. They have so much technology, and this new Grand Wagoneer that we have is just unbelievable. Nothing like what we've ever had to offer people before.
Yeah, and you let me borrow one yesterday. Kind enough to let me borrow one for a ride, and they are jam up.
Telling you, man,
they got every bell and whistle that any other car out there.
They've got some things that technology sometimes scares me.
Me
but
too.
if and usually when you get in the car with, say, your wife, somebody's going to control the radio.
Yeah.
But these new Grand Wagoneers, they have a front passenger interactive display, and it goes like where the upper glove box would go on one of the new vehicles.
Yes.
But the person who's the passenger has their own computer basically that runs their media, radio, downloads.
Really?
That's
cool.
Navigation, everything. So now you can have a war of pushing buttons.
There you go. Well done. Now, Bobby, is it a Jeep?
It's a Wagoneer.
I don't see the tag on it. That's what
they
I was
do
wondering.
not identify as a Jeep.
Just one.
I noticed. Got to figure out how everything's identified, right?
I noticed that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They do
So
not
nationally,
identify as a
they
Jeep.
are identifying as a Wagoneer. So
Gotcha. Yes. Well, it's they've come a long ways, and Jeep to me has gotten a lot more popular throughout the years. Now we have these large Jeep rallies that you actually sponsor that come to Myrtle Beach every year, right?
Oh, the Jeep Jam's coming up in the fall, and that's a lot of fun. We had probably, I don't know how many day passes they had, but I know we probably had 3,500 or more participants.
Yes.
And Steve Taylor was the Native Sons was like the main one who put that together, and we're one of the sponsors of the obstacle course, which is really cool.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And then the entire event, we were the name sponsor. But we have a lot of vendors, food trucks, a lot of people that are just into that Jeep life.
It's a Jeep, and it is
the
a life.
Jeep life.
It's a Jeep life.
It's a Jeep thing, man.
People
yeah.
get into it, and they got clubs and.
Well, if you live in Myrtle Beach, it's kind of a lifestyle. So,
Yeah.
you want to have fun when you live here. The reason you live in this kind of community is, the outdoors, and you're proud of it. So, the Jeep is just kind of personifies that.
Yes.
And it is such a great franchise, not just to have for the business side, but for the people that we have involved, because most people are really proud to own a Jeep. And if it's a Renegade, that's kind of like our entry level with the greatest gas mileage.
I got one.
The Renegade is the one that, it's like they own a Jeep. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then when you get to, say, a Compass or a Wrangler, and the Compass is like a little Grand Cherokee, and the Grand Cherokee is the one that's won all the awards over the years.
Yes.
And now they've got a 4xe coming out in that, and they're coming with totally electric, Jeeps eventually, which is going to have an amazing amount of torque for these people that do the off-road and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
So you wanted to bring up politics.
Politics.
I would just like to plug those Jeeps, because I have a Renegade right now. I drove it one time. I was like, this is the perfect first car for my daughter.
Right.
And it is. And she drives in it, and she still has to drive, but I'm telling you, I feel better with her around. The car is like, I've got it set so if she goes 5 miles over the speed limit, it tells her speed limit 55 miles an hour.
Does it really?
Oh man,
That's cool.
It makes her stay in the center of the lane.
Well, it's an affordable Jeep, which it's hard to find any vehicle that's affordable
cool.
now that's new. It's easy to park in the parking lots because of the size. The parking spaces in Myrtle Beach are typically really small.
She's
Yes,
super
they are.
proud of it. It's awesome. It's cool looking, and it drives amazing.
Yeah, and it's not just the kids, but the fuel economy, everything else. A lot of retirees.
Oh, for sure.
the
My
Compass-
mother-in-law drives one.
Yeah.
Well, and also people do a lot of they trick their Jeeps out in many different ways, and with the tires and the different things, and you do some of that too, right?
We do a lot of modifications there, and there's some everybody can personalize their Jeep, and that's the whole thing about it is, if you go out and you buy any other type of vehicle out there, it's like, I hope I don't have the same color that everybody else on my street has. Or it looks like everything is at the airport. But when you buy, say, a Wrangler, all of a sudden it's like, what can I do to
They're
it?
all different, man. And I had one of those too, and I had a teenager with a Sawzall to it a couple times, and I'm like, don't do that. We'd have to bring it back to Jared to fix. Oh, it was constant, that kid. But he loved it, man. It was like Bobby said, it was his lifestyle. And he was a Jeep guy.
I think the Jeep trucks are really cool.
The Gladiator, my son Robbie drives one of those. He bought the original one, which was the launch, I think, edition.
Yeah.
And it's got all the technology and all on it, but he won't get rid of it. I've said, "Hey, Robbie, it's about time. You want to trade that?" And he goes, "No, Dad, he's done certain things to it. He has the tube doors so he can take his doors off. And, it's just there again. Just once you have it, you kind of you're proud of it. You get attached to it. You don't want to get rid of it.
Right.
Those Renegades are cool, man.
Now, do they make a stick anymore?
Oh yeah, they have manual transmission.
Yeah.
There's some guys that still prefer that.
Yeah,
as far as I don't know if it gives them a better ability, off road and the ranges and all. But you can either get an all the time 4-wheel drive on some of the Jeeps.
Yes.
Like say a Sahara trim package or something. Not as necessary here. That's more like an up north thing,
right?
Or you can get the 4-wheel drive that you engage.
Yes, absolutely. I think I'm sorry. I'm pointing. I'm like, get videos over here. I love my social. I love my stories.
Well,
I love my
stories.
Now, what about with the Kias? Tell us a little bit about the Kias. Now, I saw one the other day that was badass.
Dude, they look cool.
I bought that Kia store from a fella that was leaving the market. And I didn't know what I was getting. It was in 2009, and it was right when some things were going on politically. Obama was in office. They were bankrupting some of the manufacturers. Weren't really sure what was going on with GM and with Chrysler at that time. And so, I started looking around, because I'm not legacy money. I've earned every penny from being a salesperson up to where I'm at now. So just worried about my future and all, and the opportunity presented itself, and I said, Kia, I'll try it. And that's about the time the Optima and the Soul was coming out, and they were really good vehicles. They kind of kicked it off, but we've got the Telluride now, and I mean, it is everything that anybody wants and very affordable. I mean, we've got a waiting list for the Tellurides. We sell about 20, 25 a month. And, they've been popular now for over 3 years, and you still cannot get them.
Wow.
Of course, the Sorrento's been restyled. And, when you get a warranty like they give you, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Wow.
And the Koreans are crazy about technology. So everything you think that you know about getting into a car and having not just Bluetooth and everything else, it's like your handheld computer or something.
Wow.
It's like driving an iPad.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Was it related to Samsung?
So what's the best seller again?
Oh, the Telluride now.
Telluride?
We're coming out with some, got an EV6. I'm going to the National Kia meeting here in September, and they're going to introduce the EV9.
And what is that?
The EV9 is the totally electric Telluride.
Okay.
What's the 9?
So,
it's just faster?
No, well, the EV6 is a mid-size crossover sport utility type vehicle, and it's got more of a swooping lines, and the EV9 is going to have the very masculine, rugged look that the Telluride has.
How long will it be till everything's electric? I mean, now they signed that bill yet? What is this?
I have no idea. It's moving very fast, and I don't. That's again getting pretty political, and I don't know what I can, what I know or what I'm prepared for, because everything's got to change. The way we service the vehicle, the way we charge vehicles, the availability of the charging stations, keeping those charging stations going. Because, when the people find the charging stations, a lot of times I understand that about 25% of the terminals are not working. So we have to have more, reliable sources for people.
Man.
Not that I don't like to drive. Well, I don't like to drive long distances, but every now and then we do. We'll drive to like Disney World or something like that, right? A lot of people do.
Oh, I know.
And to me, having to stop and charge a car on the way down there is it sounds like a pain in the ass.
How long does it take to charge the cars you're talking about? They because I see a lot of advertisements, right? EV this, EV 6, EV 9, EV. I've never seen it.
I pulled into the mall the other day, and I watched people. So I saw an older retiree looking couple. Just if I was stereotyping what I saw, and they were driving a totally electric car. They backed into a place over at the Coastal Grand Mall. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, when I came back out of the store, about 5 minutes later, the man was sitting behind the steering wheel, and he had his iPad out, and he's reading, it looks like, and his wife's sitting there reading. And from what I understand, it's supposed to be about like the length of going in and using the restroom at a gas stop and sitting there maybe for a couple cups of coffee.
So 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
But you got 30 minutes.
If
right?
you're going to Florida, I know you like to keep going, Nigel, but I mean, you're going to have to make a stop.
Yeah,
I've seen this.
I heard, interesting concept when it comes down to these, and one of the companies out there, and one of the people out there, they were going to make like a restaurant stop, but a gas station, but it's going to have a restaurant in it, and they're going to have big screens, and it's
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
You know what I mean? I saw two more Buc-ee's style places coming out.
Hey, but this is going to be for your electric cars that you can just go in there and then have a burger, have a thing, and that's like the gas station. Buc-ee's. Have you ever been to Buc-ee's?
Oh yeah, I've got horses, so I'm in Texas a lot, and Buc-ee's is like, I have a friend named Phil Rapp in Texas, and he's got every Buc-ee's t-shirt, some kind of little chipmunk or beaver or something like that. But his kids hate it because every time he goes to a Buc-ee's, he brings them out some wild colored Buc-ee's t-shirt.
But that's the thing. When was the last time you went to Buc-ee's for 5 minutes?
That's the cleanest, brightest, most huge gas station you've ever seen in your life.
I think the one in Florence, we counted 125 or 27 pumps.
It's an event. You don't just stop there and get gas. It's just amazing how clean it is and how big it is.
It keeps you busy.
It's a zoo. I don't know about the ones in Texas, but this one here on 95, it's a zoo of people.
They're all the same.
But how could they? So let's say everyone's got an electric car, and there's 100 cars in there charging. How are they going to afford to charge? This can't be free like at Coastal Grand.
No, Coastal Grand's not necessarily free either. Charge Point you have a little credit card, you punch in your code, and you pay for it just like you would filling up your car with gas.
Oh, really?
Oh, I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. So, and a lot of people are putting the charging stations in their homes.
Yeah.
There's a little adapter you do at your house, and
I wonder what that does
charge overnight
to your electric bill.
Well, there's a swap. They say, okay, well, I'm not buying gas, but you're buying something. And power comes from somewhere. And when they get on the grid, they've got to figure that out because, we don't have that many windmills. And
the places where they're most, let's say California has probably more electric cars than anyone else. Don't they have rolling blackouts? Yes.
I've never lived in California.
I mean, if we watch the news, there's not enough power out there already.
Well, they've got to adapt, and that's part of what this current administration in office is trying to push towards real quick.
He's doing such a good job at it.
Am I jumping around it?
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
He's knocking it out the park up there.
He's running again. I'm so relieved. Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. You're talking about what's his name?
I don't know. It's Barack Obama, right?
I don't even think he knows his name.
Brandon.
That's right.
That's right.
Let's go, Brandon.
Right. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But Liz Cheney is out.
Yeah,
brighter note.
I know that was, and she was bitter. She was bitter going.
She's running for president.
Yeah,
now.
I mean that'd be great. I wonder under what party? The Democrat Party?
It'll be Republican.
Independent.
Well, I'm always happy to talk about the car business, and I mean you guys have helped me a lot in some other stuff, and I know you have a great Berkshire Hathaway's real estate office here is a trusted name. But I know you guys also are building some quality homes.
Yeah.
And you've both helped me.
Yeah.
And we've had a couple ventures together. And I'll tell you, these guys really do a stand-up job.
Oh, man. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. We enjoy it. You know? And building these houses from the design aspect to the decorating aspect and seeing something come from, an idea on a piece of paper to fruition, to this beautiful, piece. And we took, the ones that we've done on the, the waterway, for example, we take a lot of pride into it, trying to make it just neat as it can be, and I think we've accomplished that on a lot of them, especially the first one on the waterway that we did. I got all the modern lights and stuff.
Oh,
I was
so
into
cool,
it.
man.
I was into
so
it.
fun.
Well, I'd say that the way you build houses is the way people drive Jeep Wranglers. You personalize each and every one of them.
Yeah.
And the family that gets it's not getting a cookie cutter house.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, these homes by American Luxury Homes
Yeah.
are just amazing.
Yeah. So,
We enjoy it. That's why
Yeah, that's probably why.
it is.
Yeah.
And the market, finding the right piece of property and being in the right area.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have been really talented at finding
Yeah.
pieces of property and locations that people want.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So-
We got a good lot that we're doing right now with you. And I don't know what hole it is over there in Tidewater. But it's one of the bigger lots, and it's looking over this. You got the green there. There's a little pond there, and remember it was the hole that I couldn't back. I could only back up. Remember the golf cart?
Tidewater's golf carts.
Tidewater. So Tidewater's golf carts.
That's
if you
how we
get too
picked it.
close to like a hazard zone or a like the water, it'll stop, and you can only go in reverse.
We drove a reverse most of the day. If you could
Yeah,
imagine.
or if you go out of bounds and we're driving in reverse.
So this is not a rental golf cart with a six pack or something.
No. They got you on lockdown there.
Nigel, you were going off course.
But I'll have to say that community and that golf course is probably one of the prettiest golf courses you'll find on the Strand, because you have several holes that are on the marsh looking at North Myrtle Beach. And then as you go through it onto the other side, you got holes that are on the intercoastal, right? And so it's kind of a different vibe. You'll get a wild wind from there. And they got a great clubhouse. They got
Good food.
great food, great amenities, gated community. Very nice. And people in Tidewater take pride in that particular neighborhood. They have, all kind of events, bingo nights and different things like that. And they really, love being in Tidewater.
Well, our communities are kind of growing together because of space. We have so many people moving here, and North Myrtle Beach, the way it's very much continuous.
Yes.
And then you go in and you find a little pocket, which is like a little secret sanctuary, like Tidewater.
Yeah.
In some of the other locations you've had, because I can't say enough about the unique, but also just the finishing touches, the quality that you guys put into these homes. And, everybody that I've shown has just been awestruck. It's not cookie cutter. It's not like, there's a lot of good home builders in Myrtle Beach.
Yes.
But I know personally the touch and the follow through and everything else you guys do. So I can't thank you enough for.
I'll slip you the 100 later.
Yeah.
My story only goes so far. So I think you guys are more unique and interesting.
Yeah.
But
No, I love it.
because Pat and Nigel are night and day different.
Yeah.
And they work so well together, and they're also great friends. So it's just, but everybody in your organization here at Berkshire Hathaway seems to really enjoy working here.
Yes.
So, I'm trying to have that kind of community feel in my dealerships.
Yeah. You got a good environment.
Your boys are loyal, man.
Yeah,
I'm
really lucky. I've got some people that have been with me since 1996 that I love, and they are always there for me. And I've got a lot of tenure, and I've got great representation, and I think my people are proud of working there.
Yes.
And we try to represent and participate in the community, and
You do very good.
and get and do
Every morning
everything
drinking my coffee, I see you.
Well, I personally know some of the people that work for you, based whether you introduced me to them or whether I've been in the dealership and met them, and they seem to be really happy. They seem to make great money, and they have only good things to say about you and your products.
Well, we do as much as we can, because I understand in the long run it's not just a daily thing. It's a monthly, year, and if you want to retain these people, then they have to have things that they know that I'm committed to them too. And we try to make it a good place for them to work. Nobody's perfect, but anything that I can do to add value for them, because they give me something every day. And it's, I love Myrtle Beach, but I certainly love the people that help me every day at Myrtle Beach Chrysler Jeep and Myrtle Beach Kia.
Man, if you have people working for you, and you should rewind that and listen to it one more time, because that is a secret to success to run a company around here.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
I like to be attainable, but I know something about all of them, and they're quick to come up and give me a hug. Which how many people can give you that? I mean, it's a gift.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's I've got really, really good people. I'm so proud of them.
And you're about to build them a new, a whole new showroom, a whole new building.
Yeah, we're doing some expansions. The market's bigger, more people are here, so we need more space and capacity. And the Chrysler Jeep store, Myrtle Beach Chrysler Jeep's going from 18,000 square feet to 31,000 square feet.
Well done.
And we're going to a much larger shop, different showroom. Going to have a really cool look to the front. It's going to have a Jeep image to it, different sweet exterior. And then the Chrysler, there's some plans for Chrysler. A lot of people just think it's a Pacifica and a 300, but I've seen some more recent plans. They're coming back with an old term, and I'm trying to think of what it was. I think it's the Airflow, and it's going to be a totally electric crossover from Chrysler that, is kind of under wraps, but Stellantis is the new owner of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, Ferrari, I think, or maybe they sold Ferrari. I don't know, because we're definitely not in the Ferrari business, but it's, they've committed to Chrysler, Dodge, each of the brands for another 10 years. And they're really going through this transformation towards electric.
That's it.
Yeah.
But they're still into the muscle.
What are your buildings going towards electric too, Bobby? I mean,
we're having to do some power, infrastructure plans and changes, and the Kia store as well too. And we're expanding over there on 501 and behind it. So it's we're just looking for capacity, and got a lot of good things coming forward.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now you have another hobby out there, right? It's
pretty famous, man.
I'm not famous.
Gale Force horses, man.
Tell us about the horses.
Gale Force quarter horses.
Yeah, tell us about the quarter horses.
That's more my that's more my sanity.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. We raise quarter horses that we participate in the National Cutting Horse Association. And we have been doing this for 15, 20 years, but my son Robbie's really an accomplished rider and competitor, and he competes, and then we have horses that compete in the open with a trainer, and we've got that relationship with the fellow I was talking about earlier, Phil Rapp, and it's just something my wife Lori and I are very proud of.
Nice. And how many do you have?
I'm embarrassed to say.
You don't have to.
Oh, no. And I want to hear this.
Well, we've been able over time to have some great mares. And when you have great mares and you have babies, you try to, take those horses through to a certain level, not just to a sale or something, but you want to prove that your mare is a great producer. And we are so lucky that we own the all-time highest money earning cutting horse mare. Her name's Don't Look Twice, affectionately known as Lipstick, and it's so cool. I mean, she's one of the little what are the I'm trying to think of it. What's the little plastic horses that people collect and all?
My Little Pony?
My Little Pony?
No, not My Little Pony.
Are you talking about My Little Pony over here?
No, not My Little Pony.
What could you be saying? I've never collected a horse, Bobby. I don't know.
You could have been the guy playing with My Little Ponies. I could have seen it.
My sister had them.
With his G.I. Joes riding them.
But anyway, we own Don't Look Twice, and she won like $850,000 during her showing career, and now we've got her babies coming along, and we own a mare named Raisin that's a Hall of Fame horse that won about $425,000, and
wow.
We had a horse named Shortashay. We lost her recently, but we were fortunate to have 5 or 6 of her babies that are competing now. So when you stack those babies in there and you have those mares that you care about, all of a sudden you've got 40 or 50.
Wow. So you got a couple horses.
You got a couple horses. Yeah. 40,
do you ride, Bobby? 40. Do you like to ride them?
No, I clean stalls.
You never been out there in the rodeo? Come on, not even as a clown, nothing. You never got on stage.
It's not exactly like that, but that's what most people imagine.
I
would be the guy in the barrel like the clown, I guess,
dead.
but we don't play with the bulls.
I don't blame you at all.
Yeah.
I went to a rodeo once. I guess it would have been like 2002, and it was wild, man. I was a city boy. I mean, not really a city boy, but I was from New York, and that was not what I expected.
It's fun because we get to have our own little sports franchise. We compete against one of the guys we compete against is Bobby Patton. He's the current owner of a horse named Metallic Cat that's well known. He's been on some of the episodes of Yellowstone.
Dum-dum.
And Bobby Patton's a partner or one of the primaries in the LA Dodgers. You know, there's
This is top level stuff then.
yeah, I mean, we were partners in a stallion for a while with Alice Walton from Walmart.
How about that?
A horse named Rockin' W. You know, it was a syndicate, and there was a certain number of owners. But we get to meet a lot of people that have maybe different kind of means than any of us will ever understand where they're at. But we get to compete. My son goes out; he rides against Taylor Sheridan. Taylor Sheridan's the producer and the writer for Yellowstone, and
wow, that's cool.
Yeah, mayor of Kingstown, and you know Taylor's on a roll right now. He's got all the Paramount shows that are so popular, and what a nice guy he is. But you know he's brought a lot of creativity to the type of entertainment that we watch about the West.
Yeah,
you know, and it was cool because I mean I got to listen to him a while back at one of our awards presentations that we were at, and he was the keynote speaker, and he said, you know, people said I couldn't do it, but he goes, I did it. He goes, wearing a cowboy hat and boots is popular on Rodeo Drive now.
You ain't kidding, is it?
You know, so I mean, it's brought a lot of awareness.
That's cool.
Kevin
Yeah.
Costner, man.
Yeah, that's
He's
real
awesome,
cool.
dude. Kevin Costner's always been awesome ever since Robin Hood.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Yellowstone was I love Yellowstone.
Yeah,
It's
so
great.
those
We're
are
waiting for it.
So those are some of the people we get to compete against, and it's neat. One of the horses we used to own, Shorty Boonsmall, was on one of the episodes. I think Rip rode him, and not when he went in being the guy they were all shooting at or whatever, but it was just one of the episodes. You know, we recognized the blaze on the horse's face, and we knew Taylor. We saw him at a show, and we asked him. I said, "Are you the current owner?" And you know, some of these geldings, they have a life way beyond competition. They use them on the ranches, and these horses are getting just special treatment, being some of the horses they're using on the shows.
How cool is that, man?
Yeah,
Famous.
And so all your horses are in Texas, right?
We have some here locally, but you know a lot of those are ones that are retired that are special to us that you know require extra care, and we take care of.
How'd you get into this, Bobby? I mean, did you have one horse and then all of a sudden you had two, or I guess two turned to three?
My wife, when we bought the store down here, a lot of the money we were making went back into the stores the first couple of years, and she said when we could, she wanted to find a little piece of property, and so we bought a little piece of property on the outside of Conway and built a home, had a couple barns there, and she bought a horse and bought on the second one for my daughter, and Jasmine's my partner at the Kia store now.
That's right.
But this is going back to when Jasmine was about 12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a backyard thing, and Lori bought a little gelding. His name was Chaos. He about killed every one of my kids. He was truly, he was not a good horse.
Oh, no.
And you know, I didn't pay much attention. They were happy, and I was going to work from open to close every day. Yeah. The horses were in the backyard. They were eating and pooping, and that was, you know, that's all I knew about them. And then Lori asked me to get more involved and was telling me about the cutting, and you know, it was fast. The horses are so athletic. They can read a cow, and it's just a sport that's just amazing. And, you know, so I kind of got the bug, and now I know about the genetics. And, you know, we have horses selling in Ardmore, Oklahoma coming up here in a couple weeks, and some really good bloodlines and things.
Bobby hustles horses.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, he hustles horses.
The Midas touch.
He slings cars and horses.
Well, very good.
What else are you slinging over there, Bobby?
Car trader and a horse trader.
He's got the Jeep
that
dealership.
put me really high on the list. I don't think so.
You have the Jeep dealership in Myrtle Beach. Your horses are on Yellowstone.
Yeah.
You have every other commercial on our local media.
I want you to sing the jingle for us.
I can't
Come on.
sing.
I
come
can
on.
do it.
All right. Pat, sing them the jingle.
Myrtle Beach, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep.
We're gonna win you over.
Yes.
Duet, man. Throw that sucker on.
Oh my God! Did you get that? You got that?
Amazing.
Oh my gosh,
We
that's
did
great
it.
right there.
I just sang,
Oh my
me
gosh!
and Bobby just
now,
sang a duet.
now, are you still using it as much?
I use it just as
Is
much.
it just on the radio or your YouTube stuff? It's not on your YouTube.
It is.
No, I'm not very progressive, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still a little bit backwards in time.
Yeah.
Technology
And you had your kids on the commercials when they were smaller, right?
on the radio.
On the radio. That's what it was. On the radio.
Just the TV portion that I didn't.
Yeah.
Just had some reservations about.
Yeah.
Kind of just
Yeah.
using my family to
Sure,
to
sure,
sell something. You
sure.
know, I wanted people to trust me and know me. So if anybody went on TV, it was me.
That's right.
But I couldn't really. The truth was, I just couldn't afford a good spokesperson who could go out there and, like a pretty girl or maybe one of the real sharp guys that gets on there. So I did it myself because I guess I'm kind of a cheapskate.
Yeah.
Well, you did good, man.
Yeah. I love the jingle. But Pat, I think you need a jingle.
I should have a jingle, man.
Does he need a jingle? I mean,
I'm going to need Bobby to come up with it because I'm not going to come up with it.
I think you need some sort of jingle.
What rhymes with Zarcone?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Home?
No, Zarcone. What's that's
Home?
dark
Phone?
cone?
Need a home? Pick up your phone.
Patty,
Call
he's my
Zarcone.
boy.
Yeah. We'll just have to
Need
stick
a home?
with.
Pick up the phone and call Zarcone.
There you go. Look, we got him. Hey, let me get a thing of applause there, Chris. Let me get a little applause for his. Where is it?
How are we going to write Nigel
wait.
a jingle?
Yes. See, this is what we were going to do. We were going to have Myrtle Beach Chrysler
Plymouth Jeep.
and
We're gonna win you over.
Oh, man. Everyone knows that song.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I wrote that.
Yeah.
And then David Lewis was in the office or in the market at that time on radio. And, the radio stations have changed hands a whole lot as far as different ownership over the years. But I wanted to write basically what we were trying to accomplish. And it was about our people and our service and some promises we wanted to make. So it was, we weren't known. We were, there was a different owner. That was way back in '96, but I think I've worn everybody out for for about 30 years. I wanted the kids to be in the back seat of the car and being able to sing it. I want it to be so slow and corny that
They do, man.
Hey, I was on Reddit yesterday, so when we were Googling it, trying to find it, and then I went to Reddit, and I don't know if you're familiar with Reddit, the kind of site, and it had people making comments on yours, and then some of the other ones, how they hated some of these other ones.
999.
Like people are like, we hate these damn presidents. It's so,
We had a trip once, and I had
Nigel, we gotta be nice.
I'm just saying what they read. It's on Reddit. It wasn't on me. I didn't post it.
I had two 12-year-olds in the car. We were on. Maybe they were 11 or 10 even, and we were on our way to. The Anchorage up on Lake Santee, I think, Lake Waccamaw. Okay. Yeah. And for whatever reason, we were just singing jingles. I mean, they must have said, well, we definitely were Myrtle Beach Chrysler Plymouth Jeep. And then we just went on the 999 and 999. Oh my God. Half hour of two 11-year-olds. 999 and 999. 999 and 999.
That's rough.
It was terrible.
That's rough.
You know what I'm saying? You get it.
What attorney are you calling?
999. I'm like, I'm going to get into an accident and you guys are going to call them.
Yeah, really.
You know what I'm saying?
Unbelievable. They'll wear you down, won't they?
Well, it's a jingle, man. It works.
It works. Absolutely. Well, Bobby, we appreciate you coming out here and visiting with us, telling us a little bit about your hobby and your business. We think the world of you. You're a great guy. If you guys are out there listening, check out Bobby. He is off of 17. What's your address, Bobby?
785 Jason Boulevard, which we're right there just north of the 501 interchange.
Yeah, and what about the Kia?
4811 Highway 501, right across from Carolina Forest.
All right.
You got
all
any
right.
quick advice for businessmen out there? Just real quick sentence, do this and
Be good to your people, and when you need a home, come see these guys at Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah,
I mean,
perfect.
between Nigel and Pat and Marvin Hyde, of course, because he's one of the first friends I had in Myrtle Beach. These are some of the most quality people you can find in Myrtle Beach,
Great.
and very trusted.
We appreciate that.
We do.
Well, listen, thank y'all for listening to another episode of the Coastal Wave podcast coming from the second floor of the Berkshire Hathaway building. Nigel Horonzy and
Pat Zarcone, we thank you so much. We can't wait till you tune in to the next episode.
Bobby Gale, Myrtle Beach, Chrysler Jeep. We're gonna win you over.